What's going on, y'all? I'm super excited about the video I've got planned today. This is going to be a badass video. I'm going to show you how to take a product from $100 a day to $500 a day to $2,000 a day and more. And what's cool is I'm going to show you how to do this even if you don't necessarily have a winning product. So let's get into it. What's going on, y'all? I'm Braden, Wuerch. I'm here to provide insane value to you guys every day to grow you personally and financially as well. Alright guys, so today I want to show you the exact steps I take to take a product essentially only doing $100 a day with Facebook ads to $2,000 or $5,000 or even more a day just with Facebook ads. And the beauty of this is you don't necessarily need a winning product. I've done this with just what I would consider decent products, not even the huge winners. The huge winners, using these exact steps, you can easily get to $5,000 a day or more. But just with a decent product, you can get to $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day, and I'm going to show you how to do that. A lot of people don't know how to squeeze the potential out of products. I'm going to show you how to really quickly scale up somewhat of a mediocre product to $1,000 a day or more. And so we've already gone through a lot of our Facebook Ads Mastery series where I cover each individual step in great detail. But this is going to go ahead and put it kind of in order. So if you want to go ahead and use this as like your guide, and then when you get to each step, you can go ahead and check out those other videos. That would work great for you guys. But let's go ahead and dive into the computer. But before we do, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here for you guys every day to help you grow your businesses to successful numbers. All right, guys, let's jump into it. All right, guys, so in order to go ahead and take a product, even if it's just a decent product, from $100 a day to over $2,000 a day, you're going to need to go ahead and follow these steps. At least that's what I do, and I've seen the most success with other people doing it this way. So number one, what you're going to want to do is focus on scaling horizontally. So, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know how much I preach horizontal scaling. I really do believe that for drop shipping, this is our biggest strength. We have the entire globe at our disposal. So, if you haven't already checked out the horizontal scaling video, the Facebook Ads Mastery horizontal scaling video, definitely go check it out. I give you my exact list of countries that I like to test with. But essentially what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and test your products, get your products to where they're at least mediocre, to where you have a few profitable ad sets. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your original testing countries, and this is where I suggest going outside of the big five. You'll use some big five countries, big five English speaking countries, but you'll go outside of that. So you'll have your original list, whether it's 3 or 8, whatever, however many countries, you'll use that. And that'll be step number one. You're going to go ahead and establish that you at least have a decent or winning product that you're going to be able to go ahead and essentially scale this with. Because if you get a bad product that can't even sell, you're not going to be able to go up to $1,000 a day or more. You're going to need at least a decent product. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to have these initial countries that you go ahead and you find some decent ad sets. And so, this will go ahead and get into step number 2. But before we get there, going along with horizontal scaling, after you've gone ahead and established those, original countries that work really well, you're going to want to go ahead and move out globally. This is a continual process. This will happen over weeks' time. By the time you get to the end of the move out globally stage, you will have already gone through most of these 5 steps that I'm going to go ahead and share with you today. So a lot of these overlap, but after you go ahead and get that initial set of good countries, move out globally. Start testing all through Europe, testing. There's even good African countries, testing Middle Eastern countries. Move out globally. Find all the countries that your product. And this is where, even a decent product, you're going to have a lot of countries that you can sell a decent product in profitably. But this is how you're going to be able to do it. So definitely go ahead and find every country you possibly can that you can sell that in, because simultaneously what you're going to be doing is vertical scaling. So this is where you're actually raising the budget of your ads. So like I said, this is happening at the same time that you're going ahead and testing other countries and moving out horizontally. But in the very beginning, what you're going to do is you're going to start with just a few ad sets, because you're going to have your original, sets of countries that you've tested and you found that work. Well, pretty much essentially right from the beginning, while you're already scaling horizontally, you're going to already start scaling vertically with those already successful ad sets. So how I suggest you do it is for a pretty profitable ad set, one that's doing very, very well. What you're going to do is you're going to raise it by 50% every 2 to 3 days. And this is for something that, the cost per conversion is very low for you. You've got a lot of room to scale it up, that even if the cost per conversion went up a little bit with each time you scale vertically, you're still going to be okay, and you're still going to be profiting a lot. Definitely go ahead and raise by 50% every 2 to 3 days with these. You still need to go ahead and wait a few days to go ahead and let the ad re-optimize at the new budget, but you'll definitely be able to go ahead and scale these up quickly. Now, the whole thing with vertical scaling, yes, vertical scaling is going to get you to pretty massive numbers, but the power is combining the horizontal scaling with the vertical scaling. Because if you've got, a lot of ad sets that you've moved all over the world with, first off, right there without even scaling them up vertically, if they're all set at $10 a day, but you've got, 30 ad sets, for just one product, but in 30 different countries, you're already going to be making pretty good money right there, right off the bat. But then you go ahead and you start scaling those vertically. This is where, combining the two is extremely powerful. And I've never understood why people preach to just test in the big five. The power of dropshipping is that we've got the 7 billion people worldwide that we can market to. So why would we want to just limit ourselves to essentially competing with Amazon when we can go out to all these other countries where the only way they can really shop is through e-commerce stores or going out to an actual retail location? So definitely go ahead and spread out globally, and you'll be raising up vertically. If you've got one ad set that's not performing the best, it's still profitable, so you want to keep it obviously, but it's not performing the best, you'll want to scale this up no more than 25%. And you can start with testing it every 3 days, trying to raise the budget. But typically with these that are you're only squeezing out a little bit, so you're getting a lot of money from upsells and all that, but your cost per conversion is getting close to where it's going to push you to breaking even. I suggest doing this every 5 to 7 days. So these are ones that you're not going to be able to scale really quickly, but that's okay because you've got all these other ad sets. You're going to be able to do that. If you just follow steps 1 and 2 before moving on to any of the other steps, this will get you, with just a decent product, a mediocre product, this will get you to $1,000 a day or more. You could potentially do over $3,000 a day just following 1 and 2. And I've done that before. I've had decent products. They weren't even winning products. I've had just decent products that, did over $2,000 a day fairly consistently just using steps 1 and 2. Now, I've made very, very detailed videos on both horizontal scaling and vertical scaling. I suggest you go check those out because it goes so much more in depth on these steps. And it also covers things like when you get ad fatigue, when you get negative feedback and your cost per conversion starts going up because of that, what to do with that, because you'll need to go ahead, taking that into account over time. But this is to go ahead and scale you up to that point pretty quickly. Number 3, and this is very important, this is lookalike audiences. So this is essentially what we're aiming for very immediately, because when we get to lookalike audiences, this is where if we have even just a decent product, we will be doing over $3,000 a day if we've done steps 1, 2, and now 3 with lookalike audiences. So initially, what you want to do is you want to start these essentially as soon as you can if you do have a decent product, a product that you've gone ahead and been able to scale somewhat horizontally and scale somewhat vertically. You'll want to go ahead and start with, view contents. Then you'll want to go ahead and do add to carts. And this is all as you start getting that data in that specific country. So, immediately you're not going to have the data built up. You need so many data points that you can go ahead and do that. The quickest one you're going to do is view contents, because if you're running ads, especially as you start vertically scaling and pushing out more ads to that specific country more, you're going to have a lot of view content. Then the next one that's going to come in is add to carts, and that's going to become more powerful. Then initiate checkouts, and then obviously my favorite, when you get enough data points for it, purchases. Now you want to go ahead and do this for the specific country. So, if you're selling the best in the United Kingdom, then go ahead and obviously make the data for the United Kingdom. And this comes to the next point. Start with your strongest countries. This is how you're going to be able to go ahead and start lookalike audiences pretty quick. If you've been selling really, really well in the United Kingdom, maybe within a week, you're able to start purchases lookalike audience for the United Kingdom. And what I suggest you do is start with 1 to 10%. So if you don't know what that means, definitely go check out my lookalike audiences video. I go into percentages in detail and what that means, but go ahead and start with 1 to 10%, and then as you get that working, then you'll want to go ahead and test your other percentages like 1%, 1 to 2%, 5%, whatever. You're going to want to go ahead and test a lot. But this is how you'll, initially do it. And guys, the steps I'm showing you today, you really can take a mediocre product to $5,000 a day or more. This is really how you do it. Pretty much at the same time as lookalike audiences, maybe a little bit after, but you're going to want to start retargeting ads. I've seen a few drop shippers online say that you need to wait a while for retargeting ads. And I know James Beatty, he mentioned this the other day, that he even saw someone high up in the YouTube dropshipping world say that you need to wait a while. Both me and James Beatty agree, and he does massive numbers. I do big numbers. We both agree to start retargeting very, very quickly, guys. This is very powerful. You're already getting a warm audience to go ahead and go to your store and make a purchase, essentially, instead of putting an ad in front of cold audience, which is harder and more expensive to convert. If you go ahead and you convert a warm audience, it's so much cheaper. And so you can do this almost immediately using website traffic. So, if you've gone ahead and you've scaled out horizontally, scaled up, a little bit vertically, you're going to have a lot of website traffic, and you're going to have a lot of people, frankly, that don't convert from the very beginning. So what you're going to do is then you're going to go ahead and make a website traffic audience, and you're going to go ahead and give them a better offer. So this, could be, this time in the ad, you actually give a discount code for 20% off or whatever you want it to be. And what I found works really, really well is carousel ads. And so what you need to go ahead and do is check out my retargeting video. I go into this in detail, just like all the other steps. But, if you go ahead and use carousel ads with a better offer, you're going to convert that warm and hot traffic very, very easily. And you'll do it from the very beginning. Like I said, after a week or two, you're going to have so much website traffic if you follow these steps and you do have at least a mediocre, decent product. You're going to have quite a bit of website traffic that you're going to be able to go ahead and retarget, and you will make money with this, guys. You definitely will. The fifth step is the one video I haven't done yet. In planning out this video, I realized I hadn't done one, but manual bidding. So manual bidding used to be quite a bit more powerful. Last year, before a lot of some major algorithm changes, manual bidding used to be insane. Like it used to be very, very powerful. Now it still can be in certain instances, but I've seen that it's not as strong. But I still do use manual bidding. Now, the reason why I'm not having a huge focus on it right now, especially for this video, is because you do not need it to get to $5,000 a day or more. But once you do get to this point, that is an advanced stage that will go ahead and help you make even more money. So I'm definitely going to be covering this in some future videos very soon. But go ahead and follow these steps, especially horizontal and vertical scaling. But then when you combine it with lookalike audiences and retargeting ads, you guys can take just a decent product, guys. Not one that goes ahead and has an amazing cost per conversion on every ad set and all that. Like a winning product, you're going to know right off the bat. The cost per conversion is going to be so low for pretty much all your ad sets. For a decent product, it might not have that. You might have some ads that are great, and you might have some ads that suck. But, if you still follow these steps with just a decent product, you guys can take it over $2,000 a day for just one product, guys. And then you go ahead and you find another product Then you go ahead and you work on your brand even more, and then you really focus on how to get the best upsells. Then you got email marketing. This is how you do massive numbers, guys, every month, and it just starts with just one product. So definitely go ahead and follow these steps. Check out the specific videos, for more details on each one. And if you use this as a guide, guys, I'm telling you right now, if you don't get to $1,000 a day with just one product, you're doing something wrong. So definitely go ahead and use this. If you found any value in this video, please go ahead and smash that like button for me. It definitely helps out the engagement for the video. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below if you've got any questions. I love talking to you guys, especially about Facebook ads and scaling and all of that. Definitely leave that down below. Keep grinding, y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.